Cool. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, you hear that, Devin?
I do.
We're official. Hello,
official
everyone.
Guitar players.
Yeah, that is very true. Hopefully I'm not coming in like a bit of a microphone or a robot, but hello, everyone. And welcome back to the Film Optix Newscast, where we discuss film, TV, and everything pop culture related. I'm your host, Christian, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host and friend, Devin. How are you doing today?
I just had my ears attacked in Discord, so that was a good time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm still trying to, I'm learning everything here, trying to figure out how everything is, this nice, I got a nice little soundboard, so I got to figure out how to feed the audio and whatnot and what have you. But yeah, man, another week come and gone.
First week of 2021.
Yeah, so technically, this is our first podcast back since break, even though we recorded the Ultimate Playlist of Noise podcast a while ago. So
that little gem.
It's a nice little gem. I absolutely love it. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But of course, you'll probably hear us gush about all that stuff later on because I thought the embargo date was earlier than they had told me, because that's what they said. They're like, oh, it should be this date, but don't release it just yet. And I was like, okay, fine. We'll just do it. Whatever. But yeah, man, we're back. This is our first newscast of the new year, 2021. 6-7 days in, and America's never been better than ever.
Yeah, this isn't embarrassing at all for our country.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. I'm not sure if you were at DC or not. I mean, there's a lot of people there, so
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't call off and go quote unquote protests.
Right, I know. It's you got to fight for the cause. We've counted these ballots over and over. The numbers just aren't adding up. We need to storm the Capitol.
You need to terrorize.
We need to terrorize the Capitol. We need to, how you say, okay, so I guess a lot of people on Twitter have been talking about, what's name of security that's better than, storming the Capitol. I said the Bengals offensive line. So that's saying
something.
That's saying a lot, definitely.
Because they got Joe Burrow's knee busted.
Yeah. And I tweeted, I said Plan B has a better security. The morning after pill has a better security than, the Capitol. So that's all great and all good fun. But yeah, this is going to be more of a lighter news week. Not too many stories going on. A lot of more so Marvel and Disney. Not Marvel, excuse me. Wow. Marvel and DC news here, but a little bit of housekeeping news here. You can listen to our podcast on, oh my gosh, let me, let's exit out of Discord there. Don't need that feeding through the audio. You can listen to our podcast on podcast platforms around the internet. Of course, you can make sure, I need to stop saying that. I need to, I don't know. Can I laugh at myself? They're laughing at me, Devin. It sucks.
It's embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. Anyway, you can listen to our podcast on podcast platforms around the internet, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X for all of our latest announcements. So we're going to dive straight in here, man. We got a lot of comic book news going on. So I guess I'll just start off really, really quick. So it looks like Doctor Strange 2, a.k.a. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, has halted production in the UK due to COVID, pretty much. So, we're gearing up for WandaVision here that's coming out next Friday, and we kind of get this bit of, I'm not super surprised about this news, but what do you think?
I'm not too worried about it. I also saw on Twitter that they're doing some rewrites of the script during this downtime they have, so yeah, maybe it'll make it better in the end.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that is definitely one of my most anticipated movies of 2022, I believe. Yeah. I think it's coming out 2022 next year. It's so weird to say next year and actually mean 2022 instead of 2021
Yeah,
now.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's some weird stuff. But yeah, not too much else to say about this besides, we're just waiting for it. We don't have too much of a
1 more week.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for WandaVision, 1 more week. So, and of course, we're kind of praying and hoping that actually ties into the Multiverse of Madness, which I think it definitely does. It has those vibes.
She's going to be the bad guy.
She's going to be the bad guy. Well, yeah. She's my favorite character. She's literally my favorite. Okay, besides Spider-Man and obviously Iron Man, I would say, aside the obvious answers, WandaVision, or not WandaVision, excuse me, Wanda Maximoff is my favorite MCU character, I would say. What about you, Devin? You keeping it simple?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, all right. You want to take this next piece of news here?
We had our first look.
Hooray.
At WandaVision. Did you see this little, I think it was on Jimmy Kimmel, this little about minute excerpt?
Yeah, I did see it. I posted it like super early in the morning for whatever reason, but it really has those charming. Yeah, it has that sitcom vibe, which is what I really like about it. I was actually blown away. I was like, okay, this is gonna work. What about you?
Yeah, I was definitely blown away as well. I think they said that was the like 60s vibe, that episode. So that might be one of the first 2 episodes we see, I would guess.
Yeah. And of course, and also, there I go again. Anyway, there is a rumor that 2 episodes will be dropping on this coming up Friday, or not this coming up Friday, next Friday, January 15th, for WandaVision. And it actually has been confirmed that it'll be 9 episodes instead of 6.
It's a strange number, but it's more than 6, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I would be okay with 8 because that's very
8 or 10. Just give me a normal number, not 9.
Hey man, I had to sit through his Dark Materials season 2, and we only had 7. We were supposed to have 8, but 1 episode was actually cut due to COVID restraints. So there's that. that's always a good time. But yeah. So, and other news here, you want to take this a little bit of Loki news, and then I'll kind of
this might be our biggest news of the week, possibly.
Yeah, we got Daddy Feige coming up.
So we all know that our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige is dipping his toes into the Star Wars water coming up. He wants to make his own the Star Wars movie. He's had his magic in the MCU for a while now, and he wants to spread the wealth. So apparently, the Star Wars movie he's working with Michael Waldron, the Loki and Rick and Morty writer. And he's going to be the one writing this untitled Star Wars film.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. It'll be a lot of fun. I wonder what it's going to be. Do you think it's going to... Because I know there's been a lot of the like Star Wars High Republic, like everything prior to the Phantom Menace, which I think is what they're going to... I think they're going to go that way, to be completely honest. But
I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm looking forward to it because Michael Waldron is great with Rick and Morty, and Loki looks great so far. So, and they also kind of flipped in that Loki season 2 has been confirmed.
Yeah, that is very true. I was actually very surprised to see that, but then again, they greenlit season 3 of Mandalorian before we even saw season 2, and I was like, oh, okay, so it must be really good to
yeah, that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
They're confident. Speaking of confidence, I know you're confident in this next one.
Am I? Oh yeah, the DC Justice Society, the latest DC animated film, or one of the latest DC animated films.
I thought it was an Archer film when I first saw that picture.
The animation is different. It is, it's out there for sure. But I think that I really don't know what it's about. It's obviously the cast or the voice acting ensemble led by Santa Katic as Wonder Woman, Matt Boomer as or Bomber, Boomer, Bomber,
Bomer.
Bomer.
He's
Matt,
in the other DC shows. He is the guy with the ugly face and electric powers.
oh yeah, that's right, that's right. So yeah, he'll be playing as the Flash, and as well as I think that's about it so far. The ones that they've actually kind of went through. We have Jeff Wan. Oh my god, I cannot see from this far away. So sorry about that. We have Jeff Wormster, known for Guardians of the Galaxy TV series. He's going to be directing, and the script is going to be by Megan Fitzmartin from Supernatural, DC Superhero Girls, things of that nature. And of course, Batman: Soul of the Dragon, which is another DC animated film that's coming out. But I'm always excited for DC animated films because I would say like at least 7 out of 10 times they're better than the DC EU live action that we get. So yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Not saying much, but
maybe not. But I just when it comes to DC, I definitely enjoy their animated movies way more than I do anything else. So that's a lot of fun. Any hooser, we have we have Justice League. Well, Zack Snyder.
Some happy news for us.
Yeah,
at least for me.
Oh, it's happy for me. I would say these last two episodes or these last two talking points in our comic book section.
They've been making a lot of people sad, but
I mean, they can suck it. So you want to take this first one, or do you want to take the honors of taking the last one? It's up to you.
I'll just say that Zack Snyder reveals that there is no longer plans for a sequel to Justice League.
Woo!
Hallelujah! Play that corny song like they did in the trailer.
It's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting time. I'm yeah. So not much else to say there. Obviously, he is his version of Justice League will be dropping on HBO Max. Probably the smartest move they could have done. I know they've talked about it coming to theaters. I don't know how that works since it is supposed to be a 4-part miniseries. So we'll just have to wait and see. But Devin, it's time. Well, it's not time, but Cyborg has been written out of the script of the Flash film. So I know there's a lot of Ray Fisher Cyborg fans out there. We have nothing. We have literally nothing.
Yeah, nothing against the guy, but like he was so forgettable. The Doom Patrol Cyborg is so much more memorable. He's got so much more personality.
Yeah, and he's British. We all know how the Brits know how to steal those American hearts. So there's always that. But yeah, it's like you said, it's nothing against him. It's just we've had better, and I mean I can't really say Ray Fisher's a bad actor because he's only.
I can't remember a single thing Cyborg did in that movie. I try to forget most things about that movie, but still.
I think you saw it before I did.
I saw it in theaters with my dad.
Boy. I'm so sorry.
We both regretted it.
I'm very, very sorry. Hey, it is what it is, man. We'll get through it. But let's move on to the new normal here. We have a untitled Jordan Peele project with Jesse Plemons and Daniel Coulier.
Thick boy Jesse Plemons. Oh yeah,
thick boy. Yeah, he's slimming down there. I'm not sure if he's how these actors.
He fluctuates for roles.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This
he gets roles for roles.
Roles for roles. he's got the jelly rolls. He's got the the money rolls for sure. It's fluctuating all over the place. Yeah, the mastermind, Jordan Peele, with that untitled project.
Reunited with Daniel Kaluuya. It's exciting.
That is very exciting. I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm very, very excited. I think Jordan Peele actually said he doesn't watch his films because he said it was like violence.
Masturbatory.
Yeah, masturbatory.
He doesn't watch his own acting.
Oh, his own acting. Okay.
And he said he's going to stop acting.
Oh, he said he's going to stop acting. Oh, well, I mean, obviously we know from Key and Peele. I mean, I don't think. I mean, you know, that is his decision, of course. But
he found his
yeah,
his special passion.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very, very excited.
Now, going from one amazing transcendent director to another, Taika Waititi is making a pirate comedy series for HBO Max.
Ooh, that'll be very, very interesting. So yeah.
See, the thing is, I'm not interested in pirates really at all, but it's Taika Waititi, so it's a must-watch no matter what it is. He could make like a paint drying documentary, and I would watch it day one.
Honestly,
like, this man,
he would find a way to make that work.
He really would. He would just have his own commentary over it, and it would just work somehow.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch what we do in the shadows again, to be completely honest.
The show's good too.
Yeah, I hear the show's pretty good. I got to check that out for sure. But yeah, so this is I guess this is more of the bigger news. Kind of, sort of. This is more of like an analyst suggested piece. Here we have analyst suggests a merger between Warner Media and NBC Universal into a single giant content focused entity, aka it sounds like this analyst wants them to make their own monopoly, or it's something close to it, to, you know, kind of go toe to toe with Disney. Because I mean, I don't know, it's a pretty scary thought. But what do you think?
Warner and NBC. I don't know. It's weird.
So you get Comcast and AT&T all together.
Yeah, I mean, they could do it,
but should they?
I think they will. It's like that thing that came out where Xbox tried to buy Nintendo, or Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo, and they're just nah.
They could do it. They could do it, Devin. They could definitely do it. I'm not. I don't know. I
wish they would.
Yeah, I mean, not even for the exclusives. Just I never really cared for what Nintendo does with their properties, as far as, you know, there was a Smash Brothers Melee tournament a while ago, and it just seemed that every time, you know, they needed to play online because, you know, of COVID, there was I think it was a application called Slippy that allowed them to do that, but they needed a broken copy of the game in order for it to work, and Nintendo shut it down. You know, they politely asked them, then they kind of got a little bit aggressive. Nintendo's just extremely too overprotective of their property. I understand it is theirs. It took YouTubers ages to just to be able to, without signing up for the Nintendo program, in order to like stream and show like video clip recordings of Nintendo content on YouTube, because they wanted all that money to go to them through the Nintendo membership or the partnership. Nintendo would take majority of that cut because they're like, oh, well, it's ours, so suck it. But whatever, man. It is what it is. But
Nintendo's gonna Nintendo.
Yeah. And speaking of Nintendo, was there anything else you wanted to comment on the NBC Universal merger? You think everything?
Yeah, it sounds strange, but it could happen. Who knows?
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, our last bit of news here is, again, guys, it's super short news week, and I'm still trying to figure out how to use this digital audio interface thing. So we're just gonna keep on chugging along. Have a few laughs here or there. All that good stuff. Anyway, we actually Nintendo has acquired a new studio, Next Level Games.
That's rare.
Very rare. They're extremely picky. I'm telling you, they're picky with everything. They're picky with, you know, who gets to play or stream their games. They're picky with the acquisitions that they make. But I believe Next Level Games has they make games for the GameCube and such as Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch, and Super Mario Strikers for the GameCube, and Super Mario Strikers Charged, and Punch Out for the Wii, and Luigi's Mansion, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and Metroid Prime Federation for the 3DS. So it's interesting. It's kind of like this next level games reminds me of Blue Point Games, which works very closely with Sony. Same thing with Insomniac Games before Sony, just ended up buying them. So there's always that. But I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. Like we said, it's a super light news week this week. We're going on 20 minutes right now, and nothing.
Yeah, thanks to Capitol Hill taking over the news week here.
Yeah, seriously, it's honestly, I'm kind of happy because this is more like a pilot thing.
Yeah, a little practice round.
Yeah, a little practice round. I got to get my audio because I can hear certain things in mine. Got to figure out. I mean, it's actually kind of nice so you can hear all that magic going on. That's actually pretty sweet because I think that goes through the USB. But yeah, there's a few other things that we gotta mess around with. But that pretty much concludes today's segment or today's show. Thank you everyone for listening, and be sure to check out the other podcasts on the Drive-In Podcast Network over on the Music City website at musiccitydrivein.com. The link will be in the description of this podcast, and make sure to subscribe to whatever podcast platform you're listening on so you don't miss out on what's coming up on our show. So that will be a lot of fun. A few little announcements, of course. We have our go again with the of course thing. I'm gonna start keeping tabs. We have our the Ultimate Playlist of Noise review coming out the 14th, January 13th or 14th. It's one of those days. It's like the day before it comes out. I think it's on the 14th. And we're going to be starting up our YouTube channel again. We're just getting a few things, fine-tuning a few things before that happens. I'm thinking we can probably just use StreamYard. That might be the easiest because I was going to have us use Discord, but if I'm sounding like a robot, maybe not. But I don't know. The other day they said I sounded fine, so maybe I just need to fine tune some stuff on my hands. Yeah. So we'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But we do plan for our WandaVision series recap. We're going to be doing weekly because we want to do it weekly instead of just doing one and trying to fill. It's content. We'll have guests coming on every single week. Hopefully, I know Leo said that he was more than excited to come on. Everyone follow Leo over at Geekly Goods on YouTube. He does some really, really great stuff over there. He's got a nice little new setup he's been working on. So there's that. So yeah, January 15th, we will be on YouTube, of course. This means that we'll have the audio version and we'll have the video version up for you guys. So I think I'm going to mess around with this little bad boy all weekend, try out some stuff, fine-tune things on my end. So we'll be ready for the newscast next week, which will, of course, drop right before our WandaVision review. We still don't know what day we're going to be, doing all that, whether it's going to be, the day of or the Monday after, so people have time to, watch it. We're pretty busy on the weekends, so there's always that. But that concludes today's show. My name is Christian. That was Devin. We'll see you guys.
Peace.